Us is the new horror movie. Yes, horror movie. I don't see how there's a debate about this. It is a horror movie from writer-director Jordan Peele, which if you've been online in the last 6 months to a year, you can read about how overrated his last film is from a bunch of people who are still pissed off about a movie that they didn't like as much as the Oscars might have. And so with the marketing of this film, which is really, really stupid, they put stuff on it like greatest horror movie ever made. And from a bunch of people who are already thinking that his last movie was overrated and seeing that as the headline critic review on the poster, that is just ultimately going to set them up to want to hate the movie from the second they walked into it. It was a dumb decision, but at the end of the day, I'm sure it'll make it'll make a great amount of money. So what the hell do I know about anything? I guess I just tackled this from the genre fan perspective. The people who are going to champion this film for years to come, if a ton of them already go into this wanting to hate it and will stick to their guns on that, then this film isn't going to have much legs as far as its legacy in the genre. So it's a tad frustrating to me to see marketing like that. But anyway, overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I'm not somebody who lets hype get the best of me, nor do I judge a person's last film against their current film. If I hated their last film and I see their next movie and it's awesome, it's not any less awesome because their last movie sucked. In fact, it might even be more awesome because I would have expected less from them. So it's weird to me that people are so harsh on his work, seeing as how Get Out, whether you liked it or not, is a very well-made, competent film. It's not like it's a piece of shit. Yes, there will be people who disagree with me instantly, but it really isn't. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not an opinion. It's a well-made movie, period. And I think it's a damn good one. Best movie of the year, like Oscar worthy, I don't know. That's always comes down to, well, there's been 1,000 other horror movies that were just as deserving as that one, and because that one got the attention, let's get mad at that one for not, for getting all the attention and the other one's not getting it. That's silly to me. I'm just happy that it got the attention and that horror actually got a spotlight for a second. Who gives a shit which one it was? Anyway, so sticking to this movie, I did rather enjoy it. The thing I will say about this movie is if you're going to go into this movie expecting it to make sense, or you're going to get some explanation that's going to sit well with you because you're going to factor in every little thing and you're going to have questions for days. You'll go cross-eyed thinking about it if you try to think of this movie logically. I like to think of it like a Twilight Zone episode, which is very fitting since Jordan Peele will be the host of the Twilight Zone starting here on April 1st. The cast is all great. Lupita Nyong'o is excellent in this movie. This is a film that honestly I wish I would have went into completely blind. Unfortunately, trailers make it very hard to do that, although I did cover my eyes during all the trailers, even like John Wick 3 and all these movies that I'm super excited about. I have not watched any of those trailers, nor will I, because this is a film that would have been better suited for a completely blind watch. It would have made the mystery and the reveals much, much scarier. Or just more interesting and unique and whatnot, because when you watch the trailer, you know what's going to happen, and so you kind of already have a lot of that set up. Another thing I will say is that I figured something out very, very quick into the film that was going to happen later, and I think most people will. I think it's pretty blatantly obvious because it's something that's been used many, many, many times. That being said, it didn't hurt the film for me almost at all. I wish that it may have been hidden better, or that it wouldn't have went in the obvious way that it did. But I will say one thing that didn't work for me as well, and I was kind of surprised by this since this is coming from a writer of comedy skits, from Key and Peele's show and others, Keanu as well, and others as well. The comedy really didn't land for me much. I didn't find myself laughing. There's not a lot of comedy. I don't want it to make it seem like there's a lot. This is a horror movie at the forefront. It's mostly a horror film. But there are comedic moments, and I would say that more often than not, they did not land for me. And that was a little bit of a bummer, but none of them felt awful. None of them felt awkward where I was like, ooh, that really didn't land. It was just kind of like, okay, like that's cute. It's a cute little moment. So Lupita Nyong'o is excellent in this movie, though there is a choice that she takes with her voice later in the movie, and at first it was very jarring and almost silly to the point where I was getting myself taken out of it, but it grew on me and I was okay with it, and from there it was fine. We got M'Baka in here from Black Panther. I really enjoyed him, and their two children as well I thought were great. Because I don't want any spoilers for the film, if you haven't seen the trailer, absolutely do not watch it. Don't look up anything on it. Just go in, have a good time. And if you want to know a little brief synopsis, I'm not going to give any spoilers in it. A family goes on vacation, and while on vacation, they are antagonized by another family. That's all I will say on the matter. Other than that, I really enjoyed the score of this movie. The cinematography, the production value is stellar. It's a really good movie, and it's a movie that you're going to leave the theater, and if you saw it with a few friends that aren't total cunts who are just going to be like, meh, friends that actually want to talk about something after the movie experience, this is a really fun film to discuss. It's a fun film to break down and ask questions, but as I said, don't expect explanations. Don't expect ribbons and bows on something that's easy to digest. I don't know why you digest something with ribbons and bows on it. You probably shouldn't eat your presents. But you know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, if you're going to go into this with a logical mindset, you're going to be disappointed, because there's going to be so many questions at the end that won't make any sense to you. They just won't. And that's not the way to watch this movie. This is much more of a mind-bending genre film where you just take things as they are and you go, okay, like I don't need an explanation for that. Even though some of the explanation is given, even the explanation that's given is not good enough to explain things outright. You'll still sit there with your friends and be like, well, then why is this, and how is that this, if this and this and this? It'll blow, your mind will just explode if you even try to think of it logically. So just go in, enjoy the mystery, enjoy the thrill ride, enjoy the fantastic performances, and enjoy that we are getting really cool films like this, unique films from unique directors. I look forward to seeing what Jordan Peele does next. I look forward to The Twilight Zone. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought. I will be curious on people who thought Get Out was overrated garbage, if they'll even give this movie a fair chance. I'll be very happy and surprised if there's some people that I know that think Get Out's an overrated piece of shit actually go to this and end up enjoying it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe their expectations will be so low, but it does seem like a lot of people are going to this movie with intent to hate it, and that, I'm sorry, is fucking stupid. All right, guys.